Aussie.
And there we go. Alive ho. Hello, one and all, the early arrivers. Actually, I'm not sure if the early arrivers are still here. Alexander, Shieldsy, Abigail, hello. Thursday night. Cheers. Starting off with my traditional ease it in. Ease in the fruit juices. And you are still there, Alexander. Cool. Hi. Although, Thursday, almost Friday, practically the weekend. Why not? These lemons that need their pores cleaned. They're all clogged up. See the little spots all over it? Not sure what that is. I think Mrs. Angry explained it to me once. Doesn't affect the lemon on the inside. But it's like clogged pores. There's little hard things in the divots and you can clean them out. It's a good fidgety thing, actually. If you're like me and like to fidget, can dedicate, because there's so many of them, can dedicate a really long time to it. Clearing up the lemon skin. I should probably stop while I'm talking to you fine folk. Nice, you're back, Alexander. Oh, nice. Shieldsy got new headphones. And Stella, good evening. Nice to see you. So I've got to make some decisions tonight about videos to make. I don't know if it's just the angle I've got the laptop on, but it looks particularly dark there at the moment. I'm just going to quickly look on YouTube on my phone to see if I actually look as weird. Wait, no, what the fuck? Why is YouTube fucking doing that for fucking real? Honestly. My channel, thank you. Okay, I'm there. Now, if I look straight up for a while, because there's that like 5 or 10 second delay, and then I look back down, and there I just looked up. Oh, no, it's not as dark, although I do look a bit pale and pasty. But I kind of just am pale and pasty, so that's good. Oh, nice. Shieldsy, you ordered on Tuesday, got it today. That's fast. Well, look, this one's got particularly bad skin. You can see all those dark marks you can actually work on clearing up. Not sure exactly what that is. I have this vague memory that Mrs. Angry explained it to me once. She's the gardening expert in this house. Yep, that's actually quite gross. I think on this one, I think it's just dirt because it fell off the tree. So I think it actually might just be dirt on this one. I might do that if I am actually in boring meetings. Ooh, I'm in boring meetings tomorrow afternoon at work. I might sit there and cleanse the skin of those lemons. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's like crap I scraped off that lemon. Anyway, choking on ashes and raiders, good evening to you both. Yes, Stella, because the lemon hasn't been doing its own cleansing, toning, and moisturizing, I'll be giving it a skin cleanse. She's like, okay, yeah, floating head. Sorry, I just realized black t-shirt, black background. If I move my arms, now I'm just a floating head. It's the floating head of angry, disembodied head on YouTube. Can't even see the color on my... I don't know why I want to wobble my head, because I guess it's because it's not attached to anything. I'm just going to be a disembodied head now. No, actually, that posture is bad and is giving me a sore neck. So I'm going to stop that now. It amused me for a moment, but now I'm going to stop doing it. Also, yes, I'm just easily distracted. So I've got to make decisions tonight about videos to make next week. I'm pretty clear what I'm going to do on Monday. I've been doing Milk Punch Mondays, and also Monday is Disaronno Day. All drinks get a day. Disaronno Day, and I have like Amaretto, which is a brand. No, wait, it's an Amaretto Day. Disaronno is a brand name. Amaretto is the generic thing. I have a Disaronno cream liqueur, so I can use that as the clarifying agent in... I'll probably make an Amaretto sour. And so that's like Monday. Wednesday, I was kind of thinking, because it's little Betty Kaboodleschnitzer's real birthday on Wednesday. But I don't know if I can even mention her in topic now without saying something callous about Phil the Greek and what a piece of shit he was his whole life, and who cares if he's dead? Well, I mean, she probably does, but they're so disconnected from reality. Who knows? We're having sleep problems. Choking on ashes. Didn't sleep well last night. You might fall asleep. That's okay. And Stella might fall asleep from chronic fatigue. I keep getting my sleep study rescheduled. It was supposed to be last Friday night, and then because they had some staff sick, they postponed it, and that was the initial postponed date was till halfway through May, and they said, but we'll keep you on the top of the list if we get a cancellation. I'm like, cool. And they called me today, and they had a cancellation for Monday week. So I'm now scheduled to have my sleep study a week from Monday. Shieldsy, you love the cold nights. It's a little bit cool here. It's actually, this is like the first day this week I haven't been wearing a flannelette shirt. I'm just wearing a t-shirt. And it's been a weird old day. It'll be quite sunny at one point, and then it'll fucking belt down rain. You may even hear it belt down rain again tonight. It might happen again because it's been coming through in waves. And honestly, I could kind of stand to be in a flannelette shirt right now. It's a little bit cool in the t-shirt, but I'll survive. No, Raiders might fall asleep too. Been awake since 4:30 a.m. Oh, God. And Chris, hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Choking on ashes, you like autumn. I don't. I don't like cold weather. I like the crossover. Early, so I guess early autumn. I like for me, perfect weather is mid-20s and sunny, maybe a light breeze. So that's the crossover from summer into autumn. So it's like early autumn and mid-spring. I don't like it really hot, and I don't like it really cold. Abigail, 25 degrees in your apartment, possibly because you're Bitcoin mining. Possibly. And Annette, hello. The gang's all here. Shields, you are waiting for that night when you turn the fans off till next season. Well, we turned our heaters on for the first time since last winter this week. I mean, no, it was actually last week. Last week was the week we had the air conditioner and the heater on in the same week, because it was one day was a maximum of 30, and then a couple of days later was a maximum of 15, and it got like below 10 overnight. So it's it's that time of year. So yes, the cats are currently extremely happy when the heaters go on. They can hug the floor vents and go, yes, this is perfect. Oh, Raiders, you have an open... we call it an open fire, don't we? It's not necessarily an open fire. It might be a closed fireplace. I've not been in a place with a fire for a very long time. Did actually have one growing up, but and once or twice since I have, but have not had fire in a very long time. Sorry, I just remembered a near disaster with a fire in a college shared house with someone being a complete a-hole with one. Stella, you're a fire person too. Got to go wood collecting. Yep. I remember doing that in my youth. Wood collecting for the wood burning fire. We actually had a closed fire, a quite old closed fire. Which was always then a challenge because it's cast iron or whatever, which gets really freaking hot, which is great for actually storing and radiating heat. But when you had to open the little door to chuck some more wood in, it was always a challenge of get the wood door open without any disasters. Chris, you like pellet fireplaces? I don't know what pellet fireplaces are. Wood burning fireplaces are basically very bad for the environment. I'm now looking up pellet fireplace. Are they gas powered? Is it cheaper to burn wood or pellets? Pellet stoves certified, likely to be 70 to 83% efficient. Can be expensive, but can be cheaper to install than a conventional wood burning pellet. How long does a bag of pellets last? A 40-pound bag can provide 24 hours of solid heat. Winter supply of wood pellets is about 100 to 150 bags. God damn. This is new. I've never heard of this. I have never heard of the pellet fire. Abigail is recommending Bitcoin mining for heating a room. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, still you've got a firebox. Large and easy to load the wood in. The one I had growing up was small. It was probably about this wide, that high. So I think newer wood heaters can produce less CO2 than gas and electric heaters. I would reserve judgment on that because I am not an expert. And I think the issue is the number of wood burning fires that don't use modern technology to reduce emissions. The people are literally just burning wood and the smoke going up into the air. And if a lot of people in an urban setting do that, it's very bad for the air. I bet, actually, Shieldsy, on an island, very exposed. I imagine winter could be a bit fierce, like Melbourne, get the winds in the middle of the night. Yeah, being out there on an island, be very exposed. Chris, where you live, everything's electric because the power grid's renewable. Oh, well, so that's a positive. All right, choking on ashes. You hadn't heard of pellet fire either. Yes, apparently it's just pellets of wood rather than big bits of wood. So there we go. Learn something tonight. Fantastic. It's a wasted day when you don't learn anything, even if it's not necessarily particularly consequential. Right, so who thinks I should make a drink for little Betty Windsor's actual birthday next week? Not the gazetted public holiday. Her, what day of the week is that again? It's the 21st. 21st. So our actual birthday's on the 21st. Also, according to legend, the day Rome was founded by Romulus and Remus. Yes, Chris, the door was plenty big enough for Rose people. 2 people. Why did I say Rose people? 2 people. Rose was a bitch. Well, it's not really her fault. It was dickhead Jack who wanted to be the martyr. Still, your whole town runs on wood heaters. About 1,200 people. Early in the season, city nobbers who've moved to town always burn green wood and trigger asthmatic reaction. Ooh, you don't want to burn green wood. No. That's a good idea, choking on ashes. A Republican birthday drink. Yes. Okay, so I did a typo in the title of this stream that I didn't notice till going live, and now I can't be bothered to correct. I get it. Or should I do an Irish? That I'd celebrate my Irish side. An Irish nationalist. What actually? See, I think because the way America dominates world culture, if I put Republican cocktail into a search engine, it's going to bring up things, references to American politics. Wait a sec, here's one from Bundaberg. It's fucking vodka. Vodka, passion fruit, lemon. What a shitty drink. Sorry, I'm just so down on drinks that are vodka based. Right, do you think they're the GOPs? I don't know. They're pretty good at fucking defying reality. Stella, there is absolutely a Guy Fawkes cocktail. I made one on the anniversary. Is it the 5th of November? Remember. It is the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot. Jacobite cocktail since the Stuarts are the true heirs to the throne. Ooh, wow. Yeah, look out. What else came up when I put that? Yeah, that's, well, I'm going to put Irish Republican cocktail. Lucky the Irish. Town and Country says 16 best Irish cocktails. Irish whiskey made, Jameson's, lime, cucumber, and mint. So it's a variant on an Irish whiskey sour. Gaelic grasshopper, Irish cream liqueur, Irish whiskey, creme de cacao, brancamenta. I don't have brancamenta, but I have Fernet Branca. Gaelic grasshopper. A Michael Collins, that would be the one. A Michael Collins. Mr. Black meets Mr. Teeling. Potto Gold. Island Anchor. Is that Irish whiskey, lemon juice, cinnamon syrup, apricot liqueur, apple juice? I guess they're a bit of Irish old fashioned. Yes. A County Clare Cooler, Irish whiskey, unfiltered apple cider, lemon juice, honey syrup, Benedictine ginger beer, Shamrock, Midori, Irish whiskey and Irish cream, Basil Martini, McNamara Rose, Finnegan's Wake, Irish Coffee, Drambuie, Green Street. Yeah. Still torn, or maybe I should just ignore her. Reed is old enough to remember Guy Fawkes in Melbourne as a kid. They have neighbourhood bonfires and fireworks. Yeah, fireworks started to be made illegal in the late 70s. We used to have bonfire night. We didn't call it Guy Fawkes night. We just called it bonfire night. Light a fire and set off fireworks. Chuck on Ashes, find a letter from a Jacobite rebel in your late aunt's things. Needs transcribing. Some ancestor was sentenced to death although he was freed. That's pretty cool. I like that. What else does Difford say for next week? 22. Oh, I could do Earth Day because the day after is Earth Day. There's actually an interesting sound. I could just ignore the fucking Queen. And for Earth Day, the Green Swizzle actually sounds good. Rum, absinthe, falernum, green creme de menthe, and actually, I think I'll just do that. I'll do the Green Swizzle for Earth Day. Although I don't have a swizzle stick, so I'll get purists arguing with me. Because who doesn't love that when obsessive types argue with you? Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to do, for Earth Day, I'll do the Green Swizzle because that actually sounds like a good drink. Yeah, and yeah, Stella, Earth is more interesting than Betty Schickelgruber because their name's not really Windsor. They changed it from their actual German name when they thought, there was possibly some anti-German sentiment, because of that whole World War thing. Raiders. Yes, it is a shame that we didn't get a Republic in that vote back in the, it's in the 90s, wasn't it? So Abigail should celebrate all the weird holidays from The Simpsons, Love Day, Whacking Day. St. Swithin's Day is an actual thing in England. Do they have dates for it? What day is Whacking Day? This is claiming that Whacking Day is April 29th because that's when it went to air. Okay. April 29th. God, that was almost 30 years ago. The Whacking Day episode went to air in 1993. So April 29th. That's in 2 weeks. So, okay, I should actually do a Whacking Day cocktail in 2 weeks. Whacking Day's on your son Will's birthday. I wonder if someone's declared Whacking Day cocktails. What is this? Or maybe just look up what people have declared to be Simpsons cocktails. Probably versions of the Flaming Mo. Flaming Homer. So this one children's cough syrup. Tequila, creme de menthe, peppermint schnapps, and children's cough syrup. Yeah, I don't feel like punishing myself, really. Was the spruce eats say for a Flaming Mo? Brandy, peppermint schnapps, sloe gin, blackberry liqueur, strawberry juice, and float high proof rum on top and set it on fire. I could do a Flamin' Mo for Whacking Day, but that's not quite right, is it? Oh, Stella, you got to go. Okay, catch you later. And Chris, great news for Moderna Pfizer Vax 2-dose regimen prevented 90% of infection by 2 weeks after second shot. Extremely unlikely. No sign variants render the vaccine less effective. Hurrah! Yes, we do seem to have done quite well with the vaccines. Fucking against all odds, quite honestly. Excellent news. Excellent news. It's a Bart Simpson. Just seems wrong to have one named after Bart. Crown, Royal Canadian Whiskey, Amaretto, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice. Make me a cocktail has a Marge Simpson. Vodka, orange juice, pineapple, white rum, and blue curacao. Yeah, you have to have a blue drink for Marge, really, wouldn't you? Nice, Chris. 14 days till second shot. Mrs. Angry had her second shot today, I think, of the Pfizer vaccine. I still don't have schedule because the Australian federal government has managed to utterly fuck the vaccine rollout. Everything the moron from marketing has said about vaccines has proven to be either wrong because of his incompetence or actual lies, just making shit up that wasn't true about securing doses and whatnot. It's quite amazing the consistency with which he's been wrong or full of shit about vaccines, actually. And the only reason we contained COVID as well as we did is the state premiers ignored him and did hard lockdowns that he kept saying, don't do that. And they kept saying, get fucked. Yeah, COVID keeps being found in waste treatment, and they're never fully sure why. The obvious possibility is because someone in the community's got COVID. But there are actually other reasons it could show up in the wastewater. Could also be from someone in quarantine, but yeah, it's not going away. And because Morrison's managed to absolutely, unbelievably fuck up the vaccine rollout, we're just at risk. Yeah, choking on ashes. Boris has been wrong, but Boris was wrong about lockdowns and whatnot. It does seem like the vaccine rollout in the UK is orders of magnitude better than the vaccine rollout in Australia. Like, it's astonishing how fucked the vaccine rollout in Australia is. Yes, Chris. We see, this is what pisses me off. They've fucked up the vaccine rollout so badly. We are going to remain at risk of a significant outbreak, which would render all our sacrifice for the last year pointless because of the fuckery of Morrison. And that's really annoying. It's really annoying. Oh, here's a question posing to the room. If I asked you to name a vodka cocktail, a vodka-based cocktail, there can be other spirits in it as well. But if I asked you to name a vodka cocktail or a cocktail with vodka in it, what comes to mind? What do you immediately think of if you think of vodka cocktails? Chris, exactly what's happening in Canada. Do you mean a fuck up of the vaccine rollout? I have not been paying enough attention to things like that. Oh yeah, I mean, choking on ashes. The weirdest consistency of the fuck ups was, Trump in America, Johnson in England, Bolsonaro in Brazil. Really fucking weird. Okay, vodka and orange. I was thinking to be a bit more creative because a Harvey Wallbanger is just vodka and orange with a Galliano float. And this is for my vodka is bullshit series of videos. I'm going to make the cocktails better by making it with a spirit other than vodka. And I was thinking, yeah, vodka and orange is one, and a Harvey Wallbanger is just vodka and orange with a Galliano float on top. So I might do that. So Chris, in Canada, they're opening up too fast. No vaccines, getting very scary outbreaks. Yeah, some people I know in Canada were saying they've just got put back into really strict lockdowns because of a very alarming surge in cases. I don't remember exactly which province they were in. But yeah, they were saying, I know, going back into really strict lockdown. I was going, oops, don't want to depress you, but we're literally 100% open here at the moment. Just go out anytime. And it's I'm still finding it weird with people in England, Ireland, Europe, North America. I don't really have much visibility of South America or Africa or most of Asia for that matter. It hasn't been in the news. But yeah, when people who are in lockdown go, oh, I can't do anything, I'm like, oh, I won't bring up that I can do anything because we basically don't have any virus in circulation, and we can just go out. In fact, all things being equal, if Mrs. Angry doesn't have a bit of a reaction to the vaccine, so far she's fine, but sometimes the day after, give me more. We were thinking, because the comedy festival is on in Melbourne at the moment, and I kind of picked out a venue and somewhere to have dinner in the city. So if all goes well, on Saturday night, I'll be out in the city watching some shows and having some dinner and drinkies. So we'll see. Choconash's shops just open on Monday. Cases already going up. It's just if you don't do a proper lockdown that reduces the cases right down, in our case to zero, then there was no fucking point, because you start opening up again, there's still really significant amounts of virus in circulation, and it's a really contagious virus, and it's just going to surge again. Chris, monitoring one that's 100 miles from me. Oh, yeah. Hospital's about to be overwhelmed. And this is the decent Canadian hospital system, yes. Yes, Chris. Mrs. Angry is fully vaccinated. The only thing that's likely to stop us going out is if she feels a bit, because you can get reactions to the second dose, days after. So if she feels a bit, then we won't go out. Otherwise, we'll be going out, see a couple of shows, have dinner on the town and a cup of. I'm obsessed with cleaning the pores. Those little spots on here, I can clean them off, and it's really rude. But it's just like they're staring at me because I did a little bit, and now I just want to do it more. No, you know what I should do besides stop being rude to you or you folk? I should save it for my boring meeting tomorrow. Chris, sorry, choking on ashes. You were in full lockdown, but people going a bit nuts. People went a bit nuts here too. Personally, I was largely fine with it. There were arseholes who wanted to protest and whatnot because there's this massive crossover with Trump lovers and QAnon conspiracy fuckwits saying that the lockdowns were bad. They fucking suck. But some perfectly rational, normal people started to get a bit antsy. Some people were getting a bit agitated. Some people were getting a bit depressed, which is both completely understandable. And I did see that, right, as Fauci in the US commended the Australian response, which, Morrison will be lapping up. But I believe he did also point out that Australia fucked up vaccines, which is Morrison. The control of the virus, not Morrison, was state premiers. The fuck up of the vaccine rollout, that's Morrison. So, yay for the fuckwit. What are you going to do? It is what it is. I mean, God, there was one report today that the scale of the fuck up is now that proper vaccination rollout might not be completed in Australia until late 2022, which would be fucking terrible. But yeah. Choking on Ash's Town was busy when you went for a wander. Yeah. We had in Melbourne, we had the really strict lockdown for weeks. Like we had a curfew. You were only supposed to leave your house for an hour a day. Like you could make one trip to the shops or, walk around the park for an hour. You weren't meant to go more than 5 kilometers from your home. And people got a bit stir crazy with that. But, we got through. And then they slowly relaxed the restrictions until it's like, no cases. Oh, no, you had to cook dinner. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. So, yes. Right, America lost 5 MCGs worth of people to COVID. I mean, yes. And it's the disturbing thing is it's not over. Yes, the vaccine rollout is happening, but of course you've got a-holes from the anti-vax crowd refusing to take a vaccine. And so if the virus stays in circulation, the risk is that you get mutations and variations, including some that might be resistant to the vaccines. So then even the vaccines become less useful thanks to the fucking morons. Jesus, all that shows up if you search on Simpsons cocktails is versions of the Flaming Moe or the Flaming Homer. That's not quite true because as I already said, I saw one named after Bart and one named after Marge. And there's the cocktail chemistry channel on YouTube. I think he what would 3 Simpsons cocktails be? There's the Flamin' Mo or Flamin' Homer, the Forget Me Shot, which he tried to recreate, and some other. But that is a good YouTube channel, by the way, Cocktail Chemistry. So I know there is. Okay, I'm trying to think. Snake cocktails. There is one called the Rattlesnake. Yeah, Chris, absolutely. The death toll in America was absolutely preventable. And again, Trump only lost the election because of how badly he fucked up COVID. He would have without COVID, he would have crushed Biden, and if he'd handled it properly, he probably would have crushed Biden. Could you, and also he could have literally made millions from it. Could you imagine if from the start he said, "This is serious. We got to wear masks and social distance," and he sold red MAGA masks on his website? He would have literally made millions of dollars, which should be illegal, but anyway. But he would have literally made millions of dollars just because he'd done the right thing, but he did the wrong thing. And right, oh no, Annette, knees hate you. Too many stairs. I hope that just means because you were going up and down with boxes and stuff as a beginner. I hope in your day-to-day life, the stairs aren't going to be a big thing. So, Raiders, 1 in every 580 Americans died from COVID. Well, okay, I haven't done the morbid thing for a while. Let's look up the map of John Hopkins. The scary map. Scary map is scary. Okay. 31.5 million cases in the US. 564,000 deaths. At least the deaths have slowed down. 14 million cases in India with 173,000 deaths reported. I think that might be grossly underreported in India. Brazil, scary, coming third. 13.5 million cases. Second in deaths. 361,000. And again, I think Brazil is possibly dramatically understating the deaths and the cases. So Brazil's a fucking nightmare at the moment. But yeah, so what's the US population's like 300 something million? US population. Okay, 328 million. So if we do a bit of calculating so far, that's right, sorry. Where's my calculator? So clear that. That's 328,000 divided by 564,405 equals. Oh, what the fuck is that? Stupid fucking calculator. Try that again. 328,200 divided by 564,405 equals. Yeah, that figure is right. It's not far off 1 in 500 Americans dying, which is horrific and far too high. And yes, Shieldsy, Australia's only 25 million people. Yes. And yes, our Raiders, Trump and his family should absolutely be prosecuted under the emolument clause, which prohibits profiting from the office of the president because they plundered it for all it was worth, millions and millions of dollars. So yes, I went for the morbid stats, and it's not far off, and we don't know where it's going to end up, but at the moment it's not far off 1 in 500 Americans dying. It's not good. It's not good at all. So yes, so for Whacking Day, maybe what I should do is come up with a snake themed cocktail. Yes, so the two that stand out are a rattlesnake and a snake bite. So a rattlesnake is rye whiskey, lemon juice, sugar syrup, absinthe. So a rattlesnake is a whiskey sour with absinthe. 3 dashes, so that's actually a decent amount. And a dash is an incredibly imprecise amount, but 3 dashes, I don't know, that's like close to a bar spoon. That's like 5 mils. So a rattlesnake is a whiskey sour with absinthe in it. Then there's a rattlesnake shot, coffee liqueur, white creme de cacao, and Irish cream. Not sure why that's a rattlesnake. They've got a picture of it being beautifully layered with a coffee liqueur at the bottom and then white creme de cacao, which is actually clear, and Irish cream sitting on the top. I've never really tried layering, and I'm probably very bad at it. So that's a rattlesnake. As a snake bite's usually cider, isn't it? Yeah. No, beer and cider. Okay. Beer and snake bite. Gross. Oh, Annette. Whacking Day. You know, The Simpsons, from a very early episode of The Simpsons. Whacking Day was when they hit the snakes. And that episode aired on April 29th, 2003, I think. Or was it 1993, I should say. Oh, you go. Choke on Ashes. You know the snake bite, lager and cider. Yes. Oh, yeah. No, Raiders. None of those people are ever going to be prosecuted. Choke on Ashes. Also, because the establishment doesn't want to prosecute outgoing politicians if they can avoid it, because they all fucking get up to shit. 20 best Irish whiskey cocktails. What are they? Artist Special, A Brainstorm, Detroit Athletic Club, Dubliner, Dublin Minstrel, Dublin Spider, Frisky Whiskey, Hearn. It's Irish whiskey, sweet vermouth, green chartreuse, bitters, absinthe, orange bitters. Oof. That actually sounds pretty good. High King, Holy Joe, Irish Boulevardier, Irish Buck, Irish Cocktail. That's an inventive name. Irish Coffee, Irish Maid, Lone Oak, Old Grand's Punch, Psycho Killer. I think I've made that once. Irish Whiskey, Cocoa Nib Infused Campari. I wouldn't have made it with Campari. Fucking hate Campari. Creme de banane, creme de cacao, and absinthe. Oh, I reckon I could do that. Yeah, just substitute, put Aperol in there. Tipperary. Okay. Annette, was Whacking Day St. Patrick's Day parody? Not really, although they did say it started off when they tried to chase the Irish out of Springfield, I think. Horse's neck. It's a good name for a cocktail, or a bad name for a cocktail. It's in a horse's neck. Whiskey and ginger ale. For fuck's sake. It's not a cocktail. I'm such a snob. What if I just put snake cocktail and see what comes up? Snake in the grass. Snake bite. Rattlesnake. King of snake. Snake in the grass. That's a new one. Yeah, it just keeps coming up. Snake bite and whatnot. Ooh, this one has 12 snake cocktails. Snake in the grass. Vermouth, gin, lemon juice, and triple sec. Ooh, that's a weird mix. And it's equal parts. That is a weird mix. Yeah, American snakebite. Apple snakebite. Missouri rattlesnake. Snake biter. Snake in the grass. Black mamba. Whiskey cream, peppermint liqueur, cream, ice, mint. Blech. I don't know. A diamondback. She goes, you love smart bulbs. You can be on the other side of the house, turn the light on or off. I do not trust any of that shiz. Software driven. It's got too many weaknesses. I absolutely get what you're saying about the convenience. If you want a good laugh and some food for thought, there's a site, I think it's just called the Internet of Shit. Because there's the phrase, the Internet of Things, connected devices. And it's interesting. There's nothing on the site. Weird. Okay, that's very weird. There's nothing on the site. Just got a hello world thing. But maybe it was on Twitter. Internet of Shit. A smart shower. Yeah, I just don't trust internet connected things, basically. And yeah, Shieldsy, that is a thing you can have if you're not at home on holidays. You can have lights go on and off in a timed way that does make it look like someone's at home. Then all you need to do is have mannequins moving about like Kevin in Home Alone, and then you have the complete illusion that you're there. Do the old Home Alone setup. What's this? Snake in. Tiger snake whiskey. Okay. Whiskey cream. And cream and ice. So an apple snake bite. Black currant syrup and apple cider. Sure. Snake in the grass sounds weird, if interesting. Dry vermouth, lemon juice, gin, and orange liqueur in equal parts. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Raiders used to have mechanical clocks attached to the power boards, turn lights on to simulate someone's home pre. I remember that. Actual mechanical timers to turn things on and off. That's like 90s technology. I do remember that, the time switches. And that was how one of the ways they were sold, that does make it look like someone's home. So, yeah, okay. Raiders, did I see German couple in Sydney found a baby snake in it? I saw a reference to that, and like Aldi were investigating if it was real. I didn't read the story. I just kind of saw the headline and the photo that someone said there was a snake in their Aldi lettuce. Was the snake supposed to be alive or dead? Because I didn't read the article. Justin, you'd go to the US for your vaccine rather than wait till 2024. Yeah, I don't think it'll take that long to get vaccines here, but it's looking like it could very easily take till next year. Annette, you've got a mechanical timer for switches. Well, yeah, Shieldsy, it's always a possibility when someone says they found some sort of impurity in their product that it's a scam to try and get money. But who knows? Who knows with this one? I think I might actually make a drink. It's a Thursday night. I haven't had a drink since Sunday. Did I drink on Sunday? Don't even remember. I did a stream on Sunday, yeah? Who remembers? I don't remember Sunday. That was too far away. Probably had a drink on Sunday, though. Ah, hot tip from Raiders. Baby snakes just as venomous as adults. Of course, the secret would be to get a snake that's not venomous and put it in there. Don't think I have any fridge cocktails left. Just going to double check. No, that's syrup. That's not a cocktail. No, I don't have any fridge cocktails left. Okay. What's in all these Cappy bottles? I just need to check. It's cucumber soda, grapefruit soda, tonic, It's not like I have a whiskey soda. Maybe. Checking on Ash's used to write complaints to supermarket to get free vouchers. Nice. Shieldsy, you're going with fake because they wash the lettuces before packaging. I think the possibility of a snake getting into lettuce is infinitesimally small, but I mean, unlikely things happen. Who knows? Yeah, no, and I don't know if the well, actually, God, yeah, we're on the internet. Snake in lettuce auto-completed. Okay. Here we go. What's the Guardian say? After finding a baby pale-headed snake, Alexander White had a troubling thought. What if the snake has come from something else? Sydney couple received fright when they discovered a rare venomous snake in a bag of supermarket lettuce, but recovered, later used the fresh produce in a salad wrap. Juvenile pale-headed snake was tucked into 2-pack of cos lettuce, which they purchased from Aldi in Sydney. Moving around. So they're saying it was live. Okay. About 20 centimeters long. Appeared to have been sleeping. Snake emerged as they were unpacking at home. Called Wildlife Rescue. Were advised the snake was possibly a baby eastern brown, one of the most venomous and aggressive species in Australia, but after an extensive amount of snake photography is identified as a pale-headed snake. The snake expert says it's medically significant, which means go to fucking hospital if it bites you. And they bite repeatedly when provoked, apparently. So no one's known to have died from this snake, but it will make you really sick. Snake handler came, retrieved the animal with the help of Aldi, traced the origin to Toowoomba, attempting to organise transport home for the snake. Aldi says we're working with the customer and the team at Wise to identify snake's natural habitat, which is certainly not an Aldi store. Aldi said it was working with the produce supplier to investigate how this incident could possibly have occurred. So at this point, Aldi's not saying they're lying. Yes, Justin. When I say the chance of something happening is infinitesimally small, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen, because big world, lots of things happen. There's lots of opportunity for unlikely events. And the ABC saying Aldi are investigating. Yeah, so at this point, Aldi's public statements suggest that they just are believing the person who says it was in there. So they're not casting any doubt. They're just saying we're going to try and find out how this is possible. Interesting, honestly. Oh, that's the other thing I should look up for potential cocktails. What national days are there next week? So let's say starting on the 21st of April. What are these? Because I find these national days absolutely ridiculous, but entertaining. Okay. See, this is why I don't take these things very seriously. We've got chocolate-covered cashew day, kindergarten day, yellow bat day, administrative professionals day, aka secretary's day. Okay, yeah, then the Earth Day. I've already decided Earth Day, haven't I? Yes. Then you get to the 23rd is Cherry Cheesecake Day, Lost Dogs Awareness Day, Take a Chance Day, Talk Like Shakespeare Day. Oh, wait. It's Friday Shakespeare's birthday. Not this Friday, like not tomorrow, but Friday next week. Could potentially do a Shakespearean cocktail, really. See, yeah, Raiders, Anzac Day is not something I make light of, and I don't actually want to start shit with someone, and so that's why I'm aware of Anzac Day being on the weekend, but I'm not sure that I want to tie anything in with it. Justin, someone once found a dead mouse cooked into sliced bread they bought. Why not? Lots of dead vermin in food production areas, really. Pig in a blanket day. Pigs in blankets day. Yeesh. There's some competing sites for these national days, and they often have different things. Down to 21st. To Earth Day. Oh, Impossible Astronaut Day on Friday for Doctor Who fans. It's the anniversary of the Impossible Astronaut episode going to air, and apparently some people make a thing of it. It's also St. George's Day, England's National Day, on Friday next week. Hug a Plumber Day. Goodness. So I think I got next week sorted out. I'm going to do stop that. Garlic Day. Wow. I'm going to do Amaretto Day, then Earth Day, then maybe something with vodka on the Friday for another vodka is bullshit cocktail. Shieldsy. I was going to just say, just you reading your thing saying bedtime made me yawn. Annette, Talk Like a Pirate Day was always fun. Abigail, when is National Go Down on a Lesbian Day? I think that's like any day you get the chance, isn't it? Wouldn't want it limited to one day, I don't think. That sounds terrible. For the lesbians. All right, that's what just gonna check something. Oh, keep fucking yawning. Shit. Oh. Okay. Recipes. You like it and you want to put ooh, I love that they don't have fucking vodka as a filter. Gin, rum, liqueurs, whiskey, vermouth. Good on you. See all filters. Vodka. Okay. Green Dream. Sarah Morrissey's Cosmo. I'm definitely Cosmo Days in about 3 weeks. I'm definitely gonna do Cosmos without vodka for Cosmo Day this year. Pornstar Martini, I've already done. Streamliners Moscow Mule to Casimir. I just gotta keep yawning. Yes, Justin, with consent, should be able to go down on anyone any day of the week. Both parties consenting. Golden Lady Vespa. I'm only interested in a vodka cocktail that people are going to recognize. Well, there's one called Alabama Slammer, and there's this dance track that was kind of big in the 90s called Tamarama Door Slammer. So I want to do an Australian version of an Alabama Slammer. Ooh, 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 ooh. And they say to use vodka, Southern Comfort, slow gin. So I'll fuck off vodka and use, make it all Australian. Make it gin and probably the Lark whiskey liqueur I've got, which is glorious, and an Australian version of slow gin, and then orange juice and grenadine. Yep, I'm definitely going to do that one at some point. A version of the Alabama Slammer that I'm going to call Tamarama Door Slammer. Celtic King, hello. Chris, you want to use protection? Yeah, I guess. If you don't know the person, a dental dam. Raiders, you've discovered in this modern existence, it's not difficult in Melbourne to disappear from publicly accessible records, looking for details of a family member, and they've successfully disappeared. Oh, there you go. No, I've just perennially got the yawns now. Okay. Oh god, I might experiment with a friggin' Bloody Mary at some point. I need to drink some tomato juice to see if I like tomato juice. Because I never used to, but my palate has changed. What's a State Street Bloody Mary? Vodka Bloody Mary mix. Beer cheese. So this Bloody Mary mix. Tomato juice. Mezcal. Worcestershire sauce. Tabasco sauce. Soy sauce. Sriracha. Molasses. Seasoning and pepper. It's actually a pretty interesting Bloody Mary mix. Abigail, eating tomato soup right now. Okay. I like tomato soup and I like tomato paste. I think I had all these weird psychological hang-ups about food in the past that I've mostly gotten over. Like, I thought I didn't like ginger beer, but I bought that ginger beer and ginger ale to taste. Blur, you've been having fun. What did you do that was fun? So now I realised I like ginger beer, ginger ale. Gotta do a variant on a mule. Moscow Mule is one with vodka. Don't want to do that. So if I remember from the lookup before, ginger ale is the flavored one, and ginger beer is actually brewed with ginger. Still got a hiss. That's quite nice. That's quite nice. Safa, after training, you've been chosen to be on the bench for the Country Aussie Rules and Reserves on Saturday. Enjoy that, man. I'm sure they'll give you a run. Raiders, surely Indonesian soy would be better in a cocktail. I don't know. So, Blue, you're having AI shoot little UAV out the sky in Arma 3. That's a confusing sentence. That a video game thing? Choking on ashes, you drink Krabby's alcoholic ginger beer. See, I had this thing that I didn't like ginger beer or ginger ale. And they're both pretty good. Ginger beer's got more ginger bite in it. So in my vodka is bullshit series, I'll definitely do variations on the mule. Probably like with mezcal and one with whiskey. Celtic King, you love ginger beer. Place it from actual beer. Is that so? Are you drinking non-alcoholic or alcoholic ginger beer? Because there's a few alcoholic ginger beers on the market. Yeah. Oh, okay, Blue. I know what a UAV is. But it's like you had a mean AI shoot your UAV out of the sky in Arma 3. So is Arma 3 a game? Ugh. Okay. See, now it makes more sense. You had UAV shot down in a game. It's an interesting name for a drink, a Carbonara Sour. Let's go with pasta. Why is it Carbonara? Guanaco washed vodka. What's guanaco? It's fat. What is fucking... I've never heard that word. What is that? Italian cured meat product. That's why they're calling it carbonara, because it's like the ham you get in a carbonara sauce. Okay. I've done fat washing once with a bacon fat washed bourbon to make an old fashioned, which was pretty good. Just looking at these things, they're all fucking variations on martinis. Do a white Russian or a black Russian. I always got a bit of a laugh in the movie The Big Lebowski when Lebowski refers to his preferred drink, the white Russian, as a Caucasian. I found that pretty amusing. So it'd be interesting how long it takes Taliban to get control of Afghanistan again. They've got control of Afghanistan now, mate. It's simple. Yeah, and another weird ham drink. Blur. Annette is referring to a New Year's Eve. Annette and Abigail were actually here on New Year's Eve, and I had this bottle of bubbly French cider that had been sitting in the fridge for many years. As it turned out, a couple of years too long, because we popped the cork and had a drink, and we all actually agreed it tasted weirdly of ham, which probably meant it was off. So, but yes, no, Abigail, Annette, this one is meant to taste like ham because it's been washed with the fat of a cured meat. Not sure that means it's going to taste any better than our ham cider did, but you know. But sometimes you just gotta try. You just gotta try. What's this Harvey Wallbanger recipe? Direction. This one just says put them all into a shaker. It's actually really hard to get the Galliano Autentico. Given Abigail flashbacks with the ham cider. Abigail, I don't think that's really true. The only reason the US was still in Afghanistan was to keep opium supply going. Taliban at one point wanted to burn the opium crops, but like most people who seek power and they realize they can get money out of it, seem to be a bit more favorably disposed. I might make a small snosberry fizz because I've got a bit of soda here. So, which ones will I do? Bye, Celtic King. Thanks for dropping in. I know what glass I'm going to use. I've got a nice glass over here. Actually, fuck it. Let me get a nice glass from over here. Where is it? Not sure if you can see this. I got this as a bonus when I bought some stuff online. They put this glass in as a bonus. For some reason, there's a chair etched into it. That chair is etched into the glass. Part of an art thing. So I'm going to put some ice in this. Get some ice. Come on, break ice. Oops, drop some ice. Make this a very icy drink. Go over there, ice I dropped on the floor. Now, gonna do choice of which whiskey and which gin. Might do the Anther Cherry, actually. Just get that out. And this out. I might make it simple and do twofold. Ooh, and I'm almost out of this. I think when this one runs out, I'm going to go back to the Patient Wolf Distillery and get their fruit gin. Got my jigger. Is it a 4D hyperchair? Maybe. Oh, and it's half nice. Non-alcoholic lemon bitters for dinner. I like lemon bitters. Always have. It's a very nice drink. Right, but I am going to have the drink that we christened a Snosberry Fizz. Whiskey. Fruit gin. Chris, you had your first elephant ear in a year yesterday. It was so big and good. An elephant ear is a Midwestern US thin fried bread with cinnamon sugar. That thin fried bread with cinnamon sugar sounds pretty good. That's the snosberry part. Now for the fizz. The sody. Actually, it might have been good with ginger ale. Oh, yeah, that's about right. Usually large size of your head, but very thin. Nice. I like the sound of that. Snosberry Fizz. Ooh, that's good. That is good. Yes, Annette, I did see that Patient Wolf thing, and I was kind of tempted to go the Gin and Tonic Festival. Just can't really commit to anything because with Mrs. Angry having a second vaccine dose, we have to be cautious in case she starts to feel a bit funny. But if we do anything on Saturday, it might be going into the city for some comedy festival. Raiders, 2,500 US troops still in Afghanistan. 1,080. Do you mean 1,085 US troops stationed in Australia? Yeah, the big announcement from Biden that it's going to withdraw all troops by September 11th. And so Morrison went, oh, we are too, because we've still got a handful of troops there. So, Chris, the elephant is your favorite as a child. Oh, you were like a child. There's no one around, closing time. There's on purpose in a farm field, odd day. But that sounds like fun, an elephant ear. Oh, man, the different flavors in that are really good. Nettie and Abigail and I went with Kirsten when she was visiting to the Patient Wolf Distillery in Port Melbourne. And the guy recommended a drink that was 50% like fruit gin, often called a sloe gin because it's traditionally made with sloe. This one's made with cherry, and 50% whiskey. And then on the stream, we came up with a thing of make that, but then top it with soda. And I think it was Abigail christened it a Snozzberry Fizz. The fruitiness of the gin liqueur and the whiskey flavors kind of swirling around is nice. Chris, you got to take a pic next time. Only 3 places have it there, and very rare in your part of the US. Okay. Let me see. Elephant ear. I knew there was a plant called an elephant ear. Go bread. Elephant ear bread. There we go. Images. Some of these are palmiers. I'm looking at pictures online, so different people have different ways of making a thing, and they call it elephant ears. Some of them are this sort of twisted heart-shaped pastry that we and the French called a palmier. But yeah. Here you go. Raiders, the US troops stationed in the NT. That wouldn't surprise me. Not altogether sure why, but you know. Chris, some of them are called funnel cakes. The funnel cakes are deep fried, aren't they? I always wonder why are they called funnel cakes? They don't look like funnels. But if I looked it up and if I remember the explanation right, the dough is in a sort of funnel and that's poured into a deep fryer and the bread is fried. The drink is good, Chris. This is... Have we invented other drinks on the stream? Probably, but this one comes from the stream. This could be the official drink of the Angry Aussie live stream, the Snozzberry Fizz, because it's, you know, tied up with various adventures of regulars in the stream. The Snozzberry Fizz. It's like you very rarely put gin and whiskey in the same drink. It's very rare. And this guy at Patient Wolf said, oh, no, do this thing, 50-50 the fruit gin and 50-50 the whiskey. And we're like, really? That sounds really weird. And he's like, trust me, it's great. So made it and it's good. And then we had the additional idea on the stream to top it with soda, and it became the Snozzberry Fizz. Safa, I didn't put the lights on tonight. They'll be on tomorrow. because I'll be making videos tomorrow. Yes, this is our official drink, Chris, the snozzberry. And of course, it's going to be a different drink depending on what whiskey and what gin you put in and what soda you put in, for that matter, as well. Yeah, sorry, I just didn't think of, because I have to tie the lights up after using them, because there's actually a door that leads outside and the lights get in the way, and I didn't think of taking them down tonight, but they'll be there tomorrow. There you go. So yeah, a lot of the stuff on the image search for elephant's ears, like, yeah, it's fried and it's flat and it's like very rustic. And someone's got a recipe for baked elephant's ears, which are a spiral. But yeah, they have palm ears, and this one actually calls them palm ear elephant ear. We never called it elephant ear. They're just called palm ears here, which is a French thing. Oh, and normally it's the palm ear is a very flaky pastry, and it's sort of rolled up into like this heart shape, and it has a lot of sugar on it. When I was in Sydney, like 30 years ago, the palm ears had this really thick, hard icing on them, and I really love them. It's probably like 1 million calories and 5 days worth of sugar in one of these palm ears with the icing on them. The ones that just have sugar crystals on them are probably slightly better. But man, when I was in Sydney, when I first moved to Sydney and these were around, I fucking loved them. Just enough, like one of them, they're like a little bag of diabetes when you get them. Yeah, Chris, I see most of the photos sound like the one you're talking about, the flat ones that have been fried. But this one, the Pillsbury site has the spiral one. Lots of the pictures of most of them are of the flat ones. Lots of them are palm ears, though. And some of them are spirals, circular spirals. It's dusting of sugar on them. Yep. Sorry, I'm enjoying it. I'm going like, yeah, that'll be good. That looks good. Like, no, trying to stick more or less to my controlled diet, which is still working. I keep getting new numbers appearing on the scales, which is nice. Still working. I've been doing, I don't know, a month and a half, 2 months. Lost 10, 12 kilograms in that stage. I was very imprecise about when I started, and I was very imprecise about what my weight was when I started. But it's going well. And now, so I'm going to see this. I'm going to go into my sleep thing Monday week now. Who knows what weight I'll be then? And then I'll see the doctor for a follow-up like 2 weeks after that. He might be impressed with my weight change, because he's the one who told me to do the meal replacements. And if I can have lost about 15 kilograms before the time I see him, that might impress him. Raided's chew pastry. No, I think that's a different thing, but I'm going to look it up. Chew pastry. Images. Oh, no, chew pastry are the puffs. Oh, they're awesome. No. The chew pastry, that's... Oh, sorry, shoe pastry, isn't it? Not chew, it's shoe pastry. Shoe pastry is much fluffier than these things. Yeah, the stuff Chris likes, the elephant's ears, is just big bits of fried bread with sugar sprinkled on top. And the other ones are putting in palm ears is this hard, flaky pastry. Choux pastry is that really nice, fluffy stuff like what do you call it when you put cream in them? It's a dessert, and it's the choux pastry with cream in it, and my brain stopped working. That's okay. These things happen. Profiteroles. Profiteroles. I remembered profiteroles. Yes, no, but choux pastry is a very different thing. Also a yummy thing, but a different thing. So I didn't know that's how you spelt choux pastry, actually. Because I'm always watching the Great British Bake Off, and they're always referring to choux pastry. And I literally just thought it was SHOE. I'd never looked into it. There's a thing called choux pastry. Okay, cool. Why not? Why not? Just do it. And it's spelt that way. Is this the second thing I've learned tonight? That's possibly overdoing it. Learning more than one thing in a night might be overdoing it, but sometimes you can't help it. Knowledge just comes at you. Knowledge just comes on your face. You needed that mental image, didn't you? Okay, yeah. The Snosberry Fizz is a good official drink for the stream. Yeah. So, yes, not much of this cherry gin left. And yes, I think when that's gone, I will do another visit to local distillery, Patient Wolf, and get their fruit gin because it was quite good. And they also seem to have a good supply of these nice flavors of Cappy soda. So do that. I've just got to kind of restrain myself from buying too much booze because I always get excited. Like, well, there's a thing I could buy that. I could get that. And it's like, no, there's no space over there. No space. Abigail, not knocking the odd cum on the face every now and then, but much prefer the knowledge blow. Oh dear. Hit over the head by knowledge. Did I miss something, Raiders? Tim Smith on the news? What was that about? Trying to avoid people like that. I don't know. Yes, because going to get an email from Dan Murphy's. Oh, we've got our new catalog out. You should check. And I started looking. I don't think it's specials, and they had some really quite good specials on some bourbons, some stuff that's normally expensive. It's like $20 or $30 off, and it's like, geez, I'd get it at that price. They're like, I don't need bourbons. I've got a shit ton of whiskies, and I've been buying Australian. And I have a bourbon and one American rye. Don't need any more American whiskies. So Tim Smith's on the news being very brave. Come back, Dan Andrews. Their old son Journo's aboard shitless. Oh my God. He is. There's rumors he will be back in a couple of weeks, or in May sometime. Man, that was a bad fucking fall he had. The spinal damage and the fucking rehab he's been going through is just goes to show, man. You never be sure of anything. Dan Andrews is just going to work, slips on some concrete stairs, and hits his back full force on the edge of the stairs, and is this close to being paralyzed. Oh, Tim Smith is donut dick. Tim, he's and I know this doesn't narrow it down, but he's an absolute piece of shit from the Victorian Liberal Party. He spent all of our COVID lockdown restrictions just being an absolute asshole, being completely oblivious to the fact the significant majority of the public was extremely opposed to what he was saying. You're going to have lockdown here. And he kept saying, like, Dan Andrews' lockdown was stupid because it won't work. He wants to get the numbers down. That's not going to happen. Because the initial projection is we only want to relax this lockdown if we can get the rolling seven-day average to under 5 new cases a day. And he's going, oh, look at the numbers. That'll never happen. And, of course, by the end of the lockdown, we actually had the rolling 5-day average down to 0. So he's looked like a piece of shit repeatedly, and he's just wrong all the time. And when people were celebrating our early double donut days, no deaths, no new cases. Well, it was like, yeah, the double donuts, like no deaths and no new cases. And he's, again, trying to grandstand. He posted this picture on social media saying, this is double zeros. This is the number that Dan Andrews should be answering to, 800, because, about 800 people died in that surge. And he did it with donuts with, 2 on top of each other for the 8, and then 2 out there that were supposed to be zeros. But he posted that on social media, and everyone's, dude, why did you turn the donuts into a cock and balls? And so he's donut dick. But he's an absolute piece of shit. And again, that pretty much goes without saying when you're talking about the Victorian Liberal Party. But he's fucking garbage. He is absolute fucking garbage. And it's particularly humorous. He's very, very bad at picking the public mood because he seems completely oblivious of the degree to which he pissed people off, because he was so negative and destructive while everyone's going, dude, like, this is fucking hard enough. It's not good. It's not easy. And you swanning around being a piece of shit does not actually make it easier, actually makes it harder. If you could fucking not for 5 minutes, that would be a significant relief to all of us. He's the sort of person who, he thinks he should be leader of the Liberal Party. He thinks he should be premier, and he's completely unaware of the degree to which people fucking hate him. The delusion's pretty funny, quite honestly. Sorry, I got obsessed with cleaning the skin on the lemon again. No crap on there. Can you see crap on the knife? Yeah. Whole pile of crap I'm building up here that came off there. So I raised prior to Dan Andrews' accident, Tim Smith had to appear on Sydney radio to boost his ego. Yeah, he did. And his timing is fucking hilarious. His timing is so bad. Like, he went to Sydney the week before they had that outbreak. So they had a series of lockdowns, and he's like at a pub in Sydney going, oh, this is the life. Everything's open. And then it wasn't. He's such a fucking piece of shit. Like, he sucks so fucking hard. It's like, yeah, I do. I guess I'm a little negative sometimes. I do worry that, people are not going to take the right lessons from what we've learned through COVID and quarantines and lockdowns and what happens in a global pandemic. Because the thing people should never forget is the powers that be in this capitalist system think huge amounts of death are far preferable to a minor crimp in their profits. The whole thing about all the business people and the LNP saying, no, you don't want to lock down, you've got to open up, is like, you don't fucking care how many people die, how many people, are crushed under the wheels of capitalism. You just don't fucking care. You do not place value on life at all. It's just this deranged ideology of worshipping crony capitalism. And I mean, that's the thing I wish people would never forget. Like, these fuckers would have you die to prop up their version of capitalism. And even now, it's like this thing I'm getting with the Andrews government agreeing to mandate public servants go back to work in the CBD, and actually, mandating it, saying you have to, and because it'd been under a lot of pressure from Conservatives and the Business Council and stuff, and the Melbourne Chamber of Commerce to force people to go back to the city, and people don't want to, and it's just like, yeah, capitalism, the system that's so good, you have to be forced to support it. And it's just like, it's just such bullshit. Good, Safa, don't ever vote for the Liberal Party for the rest of your life. That is a good plan. And if Labor get too shitty to vote for, find an independent to vote for. Because the LNP just aren't a fucking alternative. So it reads the Victorian Libs with the backing of 3AW9 Fairfax and Murdoch, yes, and they just fucking suck balls. And well, that was the hilarious thing. The Murdoch media in particular got very angry when Dan Andrews won the first election he won, because they told everyone that they weren't to vote for him, and yet they did because the Liberals were so on the nose. And then, because Dan Andrews had a few key campaign promises, like stopping that fucking tollway and doing some public works, the level crossing removals, notably. And he said, well, I got elected on those promises, so now I'll act on them. And so, yeah, if you thought the Murdoch media had lost their shit over him getting elected, when he actually delivered on campaign promises, they were apoplectic. So in the lead up to the next election, they were like, okay, you're definitely not voting for Dan Andrews because he's definitely bad. And there's definitely an out of control African youth crime wave that you're all too scared to leave home because of. And surprise, surprise, a significant majority went, none of what you're saying is real. And I'm voting for him again because he's actually delivering on his campaign promises. And so, yeah, it goes in again. And the Murdoch media were super, super angry. And the whole, through the COVID thing, they just unrelentingly attacked him. And he just defeated their every sally. And the LNP failed to pick up any approval. And I'd be willing to bet Andrews government is returned with an increased majority at the next election. Oh my God, Ray, have you actually heard in the news course banging on about the East-West link again, flogging a dead horse? I mean, again, how tone deaf is that? That, getting rid of that is one of the promises that actually won Andrews his first term in office, and delivering on that promise is one of the things that got him re-elected. And it's like, dudes, how have you not picked up? That is not a popular policy. That is not a vote-winning policy. Sorry, I'm getting so obsessed with. I should stop. So rude. God, I've got this little pile of gross filth that I've scraped off the lemons. Abigail, everyone's stupid when they're 18. Yeah, the African gang problem disappeared after the election. They still bring it up occasionally, but it was such a funny, failed campaign because they were trying to tell the people of Melbourne, you're scared of something that people weren't scared of. And it's like people went, why do you keep saying things that aren't real? And yeah, it's weird. Safa, you were almost bashed by South Sydney's going away. The sisters work night was with you. Walk too fast from you, Melbourne CPD. Yeah, look, young, stupid people, mate. You did the right thing by just walking away. Um, yeah, fucking young, stupid people. There's unfortunately no ethnic group has a monopoly on young, stupid people, and no ethnic group is free of young, stupid people in their community. Oh well, choking on ashes. Fox News is Murdoch Media, um, uh, and we have an even worse version that hardly anyone watches in Australia. Although they do well on their YouTube videos. Sky News Australia apparently get lots of views on their YouTube videos. Way more people than actually watch them on the Foxtel subscription service. Oh my god! Raiders, the Vic Libs are actually running with East-West link in the next election. Yeah, it won't be as severe as the WA election over before it starts, but I have no doubt uh, Andrews will be returned with an increased majority. Great big asterisk. I've been so wrong about election results for the last 6 years, so maybe don't pay attention to me. But that is my prediction. The Andrews government returned with an increased majority. So, yeah, I hope the Libs do run with fucking doing the East West as a key platform, because that will just highlight how out of touch they are, and will hasten their economic demise. Like I just saw this hilarious thing. I for I forget which outlet it was, whether it was Sky News or something else, but they were saying the Victorian Liberals should recruit. Oh God, what's her name? She's on Sky News, but she was fucking Tony Abbott when she was his chief of staff when Abbott was prime minister. I've forgotten her name, but yeah, it was Sky News or someone said, "Oh, the Victorian Liberals should, report her," and Daniel Andrews wouldn't stand a chance against her. She's incredible, and it's just like, you fucking yeah, thank you, Annette Petty-Credlin. And it's like, you fucking idiots are so out of touch, so out of touch. Thinking that she would be popular, God. And hello, Glee. Abigail, you're worried about Dan Andrews not running again? I don't know. The latest I heard is he might be back at work in May. But yeah, if he's actually got a serious ongoing problem, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if he left politics because it'd just be shitty. Who's James Molino? Oh, right. He's the deputy premier. Whoops. He's been in parliament for 20 years. God damn. Okay, so it's still ambiguous. Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't. Like I said, if it's a serious injury that needs long-term treatment, I wouldn't blame Andrews at all for leaving state politics. Um, uh, he, yeah, he could take a couple of years off and then go into federal politics. Oh, Chris, City Loop. The state premier is has got underway two major bits of rail infrastructure. One that's under construction now is an inner city uh, uh, loop train line. Another one that's a much longer term plan that will take decades is a big loop rail link that connects all the outer suburban rail lines. Very, very, very good policy for a number of reasons. But yeah, it's a City Loop is a rail infrastructure project. On L3, you like the title? It's Titanic Day, aka That Door Was Plenty Big Enough for Two People. Yes. Was it 2022? I had this weird feeling it was actually this year, the election. 2022 is a long way away. Next. Vic election. Yeah, okay, November 2022. Oh, that's just so much time for Andrews to come back. But by the same token, if recovery proved difficult from this back injury, I wouldn't blame him for a second for retiring. Yes, Glee, good point. You take Dan in a wheelchair. Eisenhower ran in a wheelchair. Was it polio that had Eisenhower in a wheelchair? No, it wasn't Eisenhower. It was Roosevelt. Was it Roosevelt in a wheelchair? I think it was Roosevelt. Now I want to look it up. U.S. President wheelchair. Yeah, it was FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And it's incredible how many people didn't know, because most of the public photos, etc., were set to obscure the fact he was in a wheelchair. So a really big chunk of the US population did not realize FDR was in a wheelchair. The conservatives in America are still angry about 100 years later about Roosevelt's New Deal that helped drag America out of the Great Depression, that helped millions of the most vulnerable people during the Great Depression. The conservatives are still angry about it almost 100 years later. That's a fucking legacy. Pissing off your political opponents that long after your policy, that long after you're dead. When did he die? 45. Okay. Oh, so he died in. Did he die in office? Yeah, he died in office. Says he was president from 4th March 1933 to 12th April 1945. So, yeah, there you go. So 1945. So 80 years after his death, conservatives are still angry about him. That's a legacy as far as I am concerned. Conservatives still being angry at you 80 years after you're dead. That's a legacy. And yes, Raiders, I don't know that Trump's term will be significant in 100 years for all the wrong reasons. It'll be remembered. And it's not like progressives aren't going to be angry about Trump. People will still be going, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? What in the absolute fuck was that? But yeah, I mean, how good is that? Being angry at a policy almost 100 years later. What a bunch of babies. What a bunch of babies. And yeah, I'm with you, Abigail. Nothing warms my heart more than pissing off conservatives. But again, that's also not how I define myself. Have you noticed with the modern conservatives, they don't stand for anything. They don't stand for, I'm going to make this positive change to society. I'm going to do this. The whole thing with the people who are the public conservatives is, I'm pissing off the libs. I'm pissing off the lefties. They do stuff because it pisses off the lefties. They don't do stuff because this will make things better. It's fucking deranged. And good night, Safa. I'm going to go to... Oh, yeah, it is night time. I'm going to go to bed too. Yes, Chris, I hope no one does ever forget Trump's complicity for hundreds of thousands of unnecessary deaths. I'm going to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. That snuck up on me. I thought it was still a while to go. Going to go to bed now. Night all. We'll see you another time. What's tonight? Tomorrow night's Friday night. Party night. Let's have a party. Going to do that tomorrow night. We'll see all you fine people then. Hopefully, well, sometime. You don't have to come back tomorrow. You might have stuff on. I understand. But I'll be back tomorrow. And hopefully we'll have some fun. Until then, look after yourself and